Hey everyone. So it's a new week and another week of not writing a newsletter. Um, not really sure why. Just been in a weird mood where I don't feel like thinking in words. And so I thought I would just do another live and just warm up and draw and talk shit and whatever. Um, yeah. So I'm just gonna draw. Um, I do different kinds of warm ups. So I think last week I did I have different sketchbooks for different jobs or tasks. I think last week I did a bunch of like more figurative stuff um, with figure references. I'll often do uh, these warm ups that are actually collected into little zines, and they're more like sort of free form, straight to ink, not a lot of like planning. Um, Sort of forces me to get out of my head and just draw, and not like try to come up with something that looks amazing and you know, just draw. And then going straight to pen sort of forces you to not be fussy about it. Oh, 1 second. Hey, hello? Did I? Sorry. Yeah, I think the nurse did want to get that. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, got a phone call. All right, what were we doing? Drawing this. It's funny. I'm taking that phone call off. I mean, I just started this sketch, but you can sort of tell when you're sort of in the, I don't know, zone, flow state, whatever. And I was feeling pretty good. And uh, I'm still fine, obviously, but I realized I was very focused already on facial features, which for me is always a bad sign. Um, I like to draw from big to small, like big shapes to small shapes. Facial features, by their, the nature of the fact that they are what the smallest forms in the head are the smallest shapes. And so I'm already seeing mistakes, right? Like the size of the head is off. Like I should have focused more on the bigger shapes, but I was, after coming out of that call, I would think I was self conscious about leaving you guys midstream here for a second. And so I screwed up this drawing. So it's going to take me a minute to recenter. And the drawing doesn't have to be good, frankly. Like, it's not really about whether the drawings are good or not. It's like, are you drawing in the right frame of mind? At least for me. And I am not. All right, let's start another one. This ain't working. I used to joke with people that I never needed to meditate because I draw, and I think it's more about like the way I try to approach the practice. Like when I was a younger artist, I was just like I was just pushing myself super hard, and um, I mean, I had a great outcome from that, although like it probably wasn't the healthiest way to go about it. Um, and there are days when like I recognize that I'm healthier now, but I kind of miss the old me that just drew like a madman all the time and just focused on getting really, really good. Um, I think that's why I'm struggling now to try to find a like a less self conscious way of drawing and draw more from the gut than the brain, um, which is easier said than done for me. I'm not using fancy tools, by the way. I have these like literally cheapo Papermate markers that somebody gifted me. Um, it's more I like the change of colors so that I can keep each sketch sort of separate. So I know where I was mentally when I was drawing that versus this, and it probably looks very similar. But this to me is like very self conscious, and this one is way more flowy. Um, and so if I have different colors, I can tell that better. Whereas like here, I can, if I really study it, I can see like, okay, this one I was obviously way more into the groove than this one. So, but with color, it's nice. I can separate out the two. Um, like that's the sketch is self-conscious. This one is also, but more so than this, because um, just focusing on trying to make things look a certain way. But yeah. Anyway. If you hear deep sighs in the background, those are my dogs. Oh, I think someone had the audacity to walk in front of our house. Sorry about that. And I have four studio mates of varying size and barkiness. So sorry. Uh, Toby asked where I'm from. In central Pennsylvania at the moment. Originally from New York. My mom came from Puerto Rico to New York. So I'm usually juggling, uh, two or three different like accents I'm trying to suppress at any given moment, which makes speaking a little uncomfortable, to be frank. Like, oh, what's the matter, baby dog? Want to come in? Come in. What's up? The two big boys when they come in. Let's see. I kind of enjoy drawing with these like kind of trash markers that are not meant for art, really. Not in the sense of how we normally think of. Um, just because it's like another layer of forcing me to not be terribly precious about this. Like, I want my finished illustration work to look polished, but often I end up liking it less than the more sketchy work I do. So I'm trying to find a middle ground, where like it sort of develop things here at the sketch phase and then try to bring it into my finished work. And it's for me a big struggle just because um, I think I'm like far too academic at times with my comics work and stuff, which I regret. Like I wish I could just let that go and just make a mess because the work that I end up enjoying tends to not be the more polished stuff that looks more like my work. By the way, I am using reference for these. People will often ask, like, more specifically with these like pen sketches, like, am I using reference rather than like the more like academic figure drawing stuff I'll do, which is always a little funny to me. I think there's a bit of a cultural idea that like um, reference is like a flashpoint. I guess like people don't know like if is it not as impressive, I guess, if you're using reference. I will do a mix of drawings that are from photos or from imagination, but like you kind of don't develop the like visual library that you can call upon when you want to make stuff up unless you've drawn from life, from references, what have you. So it's always a little weird to me. Like it's not cheating. It's not being like it's certainly not a shortcut. It's just that's part of your training as an artist, I think, to like you have to look at things and draw them again and again. And you start to learn the construction of things like say these glasses by drawing them. And I don't have to get it exactly right. Like it can be ugly. Um, but now I have that little bit of information in my head for later if I ever want to, draw a character and I'm thinking, oh, you know what, those I have that visual memory of that guy with the funny glasses and kind of crazy haircut, right? Like you have to start from something. I think it's a little like reading, right? Like you don't how many writers are not reading books, reading articles, reading anything to draw upon for their own work. All right. That's probably going to be it for today. Got 2 sheets in. Um, Kind of started out bad with this one, but I got looser as we went along. Kind of like that one. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining. I write the newsletter once a week, and I do a Comic Art Tuesday thing on every week, also on Tuesdays, obviously, where I just sort of examine a comic page I'm doing. I have a bunch of stuff, obviously, always going. There's the image, some of the stuff for this upcoming image book I'm working on. Um, so yeah, if you enjoy this stuff, subscribe. If not, don't subscribe. It's all good. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.